Hi guys, welcome back to my craft room. I'm the crafty author. My name is Anissa, and I am sorry that this video is late. I had my grandbaby last week, so I wasn't able to film anything because he's 2, and it's extremely hard to do anything with a 2-year-old that's running around getting into everything. So anyway, he was a blast, and I had a great time. But today we're going to get started on a new project, and I've already started working on it. So I'm going to be working on actually a charity quilt that I'm going to be donating for a great cause. It's to raise money for a fund that we have in our office, and it honors a woman who passed away from ovarian cancer. So I'm donating the quilt so that we can raise some more money for that fund that helps families out. Anyway, what I'm going to show you how to do is I'm going to show you how to make a disappearing 9 patch. Now there are several variations of a disappearing 9 patch. I'm going to show you my version of it, how I do it, and it is inspired by Jordan fabrics. I'm using completely different colors, and I don't even know how that pattern is going to turn out. So we're going to give it a go and see how we do it. This will be the first time that I have ever made a disappearing 9 patch, so that might be a feat in itself. I was just playing with some Riley Blake fabrics that I have here on hand. So you can see the pattern there, and it's really, really cute. Now, I will finish this one at some point. This is just a practice block. And I have another practice block on the quilt wall because I want to be able to show you how to do it correctly. And I did mess up a bunch of times. So there's that. Here comes Sophie, my puppy. What we're going to work with is these are Riley Blake. We're going to use the white fabric from the Riley Blake pack that I have. It's called Tone on Tone. Riley Blake, and this was for Cricut. I'm pretty sure that you can still buy this, but I'm not 100% positive, so don't quote me on that. And then this is the Riley Blake black fabric that we will be using in our quilt. Now, understand that the quilt will not get done today. I'm going to show you how to make the blocks, and we'll work on this as we go. I'm also using it is called Snowberry Batiks. I have 2 packages of these. It is from Island Batik, from the best from Bali. I got these as the daily deal off of Missouri Star Quilt Company. So if you're wondering where you can pick these prints up from, that's where you'll get those. And this is what they look like. So that's just one of them. I'm just going to show you a few that I have in here that I've pulled out for our first block. Aren't they beautiful? I think they're just absolutely gorgeous. And this one I think is so cool because it's got like some kind of an animal print on it. And that's all I have for right now. But there's a bunch in here. So 42. So we have 2 packs. So I'm going to go ahead and press these because they're pretty wrinkled up. And then I will come back and we'll start putting this together. All right. So I've gotten everything ironed up, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to lay my quilt blocks out for this. So we're using all these charm squares, which is going to make it a little bit easier. You could purchase solid fabric if you wanted to, and you could cut it in 5x5 inch squares. But here's how I'm going to do mine. So I'm going to take my black and put that in the center, and then I'm going to take 2 whites, and I'm going to place those right next to the black. Okay. Then I'm going to put another white one right below my black square. and another white one right above my black square. Then I'm going to take my batiks, all right, and this is where you can scatter them out. So you can lay this out however you would like. But I think I'm going to do a purple one here. And I really like this checkerboard one, so I'm going to put that maybe up here in this left-hand corner. So you want to make 9, so you're going to have 9 different little squares going here. I'll put this, put this one down here in this left-hand corner. And if you want to know how you can tell if it's the right side or the wrong side of the batik, the more vibrant it is or the more bleedy the colors look, that would be the back side. As that's my understanding of it. And let's pop in a blue one here. So, got some flying reindeer. I love it. It's just so cute. Okay, so now I've got my 9 pieces, and I'm going to take it over to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch it down. Alrighty, we're going to start sewing our first 2 pieces together, our first 2 squares. I have them right sides together, and we are just going to start out very slowly and just sew down 1/4 inch. We're going to put our other one to the side for right now because we don't need it. We're going to take our next stack. So what I've gone and done is I've stacked them so that I know the order that they're going to go in. And so what I'm doing is I'm actually chain piecing these together. And I'm not always the best at this. I don't know what it is about chain piecing for me, but it's very difficult for me to get it to where everything is on the right side. So this is kind of I guess a great project because I don't really have to worry about that. As long as the middle pieces are where the middle pieces belong, should be okay. Okay, so now we're going to cut these and we're going to open them up, and now we're going to sew on to the other side. Yay! Alright, so I'm just going to sew on now to my other white piece up at the top. I'm just going to put our blue piece there now and make sure that these are lined up so that it's 1/4 inch, which it is. And if you find that you're having troubles, you can make yourself a leader, which you can use to start off before you begin stitching, which will help it from getting all marred up in the back. And you won't get an icky thread nest. I'm just matching these up as I go. And you're going to want to, I mean, this goes pretty quick, but you want to take your time. As you can see, I'm slowing a little bit slower than normal. That's because I'm trying to figure out how to lay out my pieces and do this correct. Okay. All right, so that part's done. Now we're going to finger press the seams. Now this is important at this point, okay? So we're going to do, these are all attached because the reason for that is it makes it much easier when we go to sew each row together. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to press it this way to the dark side. So the top one gets pressed to the dark side. Okay. Just do that with your fingernail or with your finger, the pad of your finger. Then we're going to take the other side of this on the top row and we're going to press that side to the dark side. So now those are all pressed, finger pressed. And you don't want to stretch the fabric, and it's easy to do, and I've done it a bazillion times. So then it throws your stuff off. Now we're going to press to the center piece, which is this dark side, to the black that I'm using. So, and it doesn't want to go in that direction, but we're going to make it do it anyway. Okay. And now I'm going to just press this one the same. All right, and now we're down at the bottom, and we're going to press these two out towards the dark. Okay. Once you do it, you'll get the hang of it, and you'll be like, oh, this is kind of easy. Easy and fun. Okay. Now we're going to attach the rows. So all we're going to do is flip the top one over to the middle piece. And our seams are nesting, which is what we want. So that means that one side is going one way and the other side is going the opposite way. And together they nest. Okay? All right, so those are nested together now, and I'm just going to start sewing. Making sure that those lined up. Okay, and now that I've gone against that seam there, I'm going to make sure that these two are nesting. This is a little bit more on the tricky side because I'm coming at it from a goofy angle. But they are nesting, and it's okay. So that's a good thing. You just want to take your time and make sure things are matching up. Okay? Pull that up. Push that over. The nesting helps your squares. The reason why you want things to nest is it makes your points meet up perfectly. So if you were sewing like a pinwheel, you want to make sure that your seams nest, otherwise it won't match up. Your points will be off. This is what I mean. The points are perfect. Okay? You want them to match up just like that. And by stitching them the way that we did, that really helps it to go together really easily and line up. You could pop a couple pins in here to sit on the seam if you want to, which I'm gonna do just to show you. Just to even this out a bit and keep it nice and even here. All right. We're just going to stitch it down. You want to make sure that your seams stay down. Now, cut the threads. Okay. And now we are ready to take this over to the ironing board and really give it a good press. And this is now what we have for our block. And you can see how the points are just right on. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we are going to cut this in half. So this is how you make the disappearing 9 patch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler, and on this seam I am going to measure 2 1/4. Okay. And then I'm going to I'm not going to move this. And then I'm going to come on this bottom seam here. Excuse me. And again, I'm going to come up 2 1/4. I hope I did cut that right, because if I didn't, I get to remake this. Somehow I think I might have not done it right. You want to make sure that you get your measurements correctly. Always measure twice, cut once. I am notorious for just cutting away and then I'm like, oh no, I did it wrong. It's pretty frustrating. So it's better to measure twice, cut once. All right, so now we've got this cut. You could do it like this, and it would make this kind of a pattern. Or if you wanted all of the cornerstones, you could do them all in the top left. Okay. You could do it like that, which would be a pretty cool pattern. Or you could do it like this and turn these into the center. And then you would have it just going like that, which is really actually quite a cool pattern. I'm not sure if I should do that. I don't know, maybe. And of course you could leave it the way that you had it. Then you wouldn't even need to cut it. Or you could do it the opposite direction like this. You could have it like that. Or you could do something like this. You could do something like that. I mean, you can do so many different variations with this. It's really, really a cool pattern. So I'm going to try and make the pattern that I was looking for. I don't know why I did this. That's the pattern that I'm going for. It's right there. So it should have it just like this. If you're making this with me, awesome. You can do your own pattern, just like I've shown you. It's going to turn out gorgeous however you do this. Like I said, I'm making this quilt for a charity, so I'm really being careful with the way that I do this, and I'm looking for a very specific pattern. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these 2 pieces, and I'm going to take these 2 pieces, and I'm going to sew them together like this with a 1/4 inch seam down. Same with this one. 1/4 inch seam down. And then what I will do is then I will sew these 2 pieces together and it will form our block. So I'm going to go do that and then I will be right back. So I have gone ahead and I went ahead and made another block just so I could show you how the pattern kind of comes together. So you can see what I've done here. So if you're going to make these, then I think it would be great if you could join my Facebook group, which is the Crafty Author, and you can share your progress or ask any questions that you have regarding the blocks. So make sure that you get in there. If you subscribe and hit the little bell down at the bottom, you'll get notifications every time I share a new video. Like I said, we're going to do this one together, just because I think it's going to end up being a lot of work, and it's going to require doing all these blocks. I'm not sure how many we're going to do across. This is going to be a very big quilt, so if you're looking to do a big quilt, this is going to be the project for you. I want to thank you for joining me today on the Crafty Author. Please make sure that, like I said, you subscribe and hit that little bell down at the bottom so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. I do like to make posts on Facebook to communicate with you guys, so be on the lookout for those. Also, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at The Crafty Author. I'm also on Twitter and at the same, The Crafty Author. I have a blog, craftyauthor.com, where I have numerous projects on there where you can go and look at my things. I also had someone ask me about my Harry Potter quilts. And if you go to craftyauthor.com, you can actually see the 2 Harry Potter quilts that I have made. Is there anything else that I need to say? I don't think so. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week and keep on crafting. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.